Life is hectic.
Some days are just a blur.
We're Jay and Laura LaFoon, and we help busy couples stay married for life.
Welcome to the Married for Life podcast. Well, today is officially the saddest day of the year for me. Well, hold on. The saddest day of the year is when we put away our summer patio furniture, but the next saddest day is today. We took down our Christmas lights. It's so sad.
Yay! I'm so excited. You can't believe how excited I am because Christmas season's over. I'm finally happy again.
Why are you unhappy during Christmas season?
Because
It's the birth of our Savior.
Yes.
You should be happy.
But we over-commercialize it.
We don't.
Yes, we do.
How do I over-commercialize Christmas?
Okay, so a perfect example, Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 fewer people in our living room for Christmas morning, and we had twice as many gifts as ever.
That's because as a family, not me, as a family, we decided we were going to buy little gifts for everyone.
And we did.
In fact, I'm wearing one of my gifts now from you. It says, it's a t-shirt that says, I am fluent in sarcasm.
Yes, she is.
And that's the truth. Yes, many fun things at Christmas time. It's why I enjoy it, but it's apparently Jay's not fun because he doesn't enjoy it.
The constant barrage of this party, that party, this party, and it's all eating, and I struggle with my weight to begin with. It's just the hardest time.
Yes, yesterday I told him we didn't have to listen to the Holly channel on Sirius XM anymore, and he about did a
praise the
happy
Lord
jig out in the driveway, but excuse me. It is a time of year where you kind of take time to relax, rest, be with family, and then it gets us ready for kicking off the new year. No more Christmas cookies and fudge around. Well, technically there should be no more Christmas cookies or fudge around the house, but I'm looking at a plate of cookies right now.
Right,
so.
and here's what y'all need to know. Laura is world famous for her Christmas fudge. She has a very secret recipe that's really not so secret, but she makes really good Christmas fudge.
It's actually, we're not going to put the recipe in the show notes. You go buy the marshmallow fluff at the grocery store, and it's on the back of it.
But
pretty easy.
This year she wanted to do something different, and she did a little something different, and it did not meet her fudge standards. I mean, not even close.
It's been vetoed. Never make it again. I won't make it again. We'll go back to normal.
Going back to the marshmallow fluff version.
But it is that time of year where we're looking forward to the new year, because the new year does, for some reason, why does it bring us so much anticipation and hope? Why do we think that things are going to change in the next year? Is that why the things that we've done for 20 years, like overeat, that we're going to automatically change in the next year? Do we think that we can really do that?
I think there's a part in every person that wants to change. It's just that changing is difficult.
But why do we only look for that at the beginning of the year?
I don't think...
That's my question.
I don't think that's true. We do at the beginning of the school year. We start new habits. Beginning of summer, we start new habits.
Because we started them in January and they didn't work, right. So we'll start when the summer starts and they didn't work. Then we start at the beginning of the school year and it doesn't work. Yes.
we do love hearing from you all. And so send us your emails, your questions to podcast@jayandlaura.com. And we want to give a shout out to a listener named Stu who recently wrote this. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate your podcast about Christmas traditions. I love how real you guys are and how we can watch as you struggle with real life losses. Yes. My father passed away when I was 29. This is Stu talking. My father passed away when I was 29 and my mom passed away last year. One tradition that we always had was having fondued steak for dinner Christmas Eve before service. We will do this with my siblings and our children. I have recently realized how important it is to me that my kids have fallen in love with that tradition as well. Thanks for your ministry, from Stu. We love getting emails like that because we really do want to walk beside you with this podcast and just live our life, show you kind of how we struggle through life as a married couple and give you hope, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help busy couples stay happily married for life.
And in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about the fact that we need to say no to New Year's resolutions because they don't work. So we're going to talk about a different way you can make New Year's resolutions. And then in the second half of the show, we're going to talk about goals, smart goals, not just goals that you go, oh, I have a goal to go play basketball every Wednesday morning at the rec center, or whatever it might be, but how you can make those goals actually work for you this year. So we want to first talk about the fact that New Year's resolutions don't work.
They really don't.
They just don't work.
They don't work. People do them all the time, and they just don't work because people are disciplined to the good habits and the bad habits in their life. And you make a New Year's resolution, what you're really saying is you need a new habit. And those habits are very important that you articulate them. And one of the ways we kind of like to help people focus on the year is to create a word for the year, a word that will help you throughout the year. And Laura, have you got your word?
I do. This morning on Facebook, I saw a friend of mine had posted that her word for 2019 was going to be discipline. She wanted to be disciplined in her healthy eating habits and exercise habits and in her work life. Well, that kind of goes around similarly to mine. I wanted mine to be productivity. I want to be productive in 2019 in my writing, and I want to be productive in the health side of my life, taking care of the healthy part of me. There is no healthy part of me. It needs to get healthy.
That's
what the whole point
twisted.
is. That's what the whole point is with exercise and eating right. And it's really hard to do that on the road. But what productivity? Well, do you have a word?
I do, and it's the same word I had last year. Last year didn't work out so well.
A lot of good it did for you last year.
But my goal for my word for 2019 is health. I want to produce health mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually.
You want to be healthy in those areas.
I want to be healthy in those areas.
You don't want to produce health in those areas.
Well, health is my word, or healthy might be my word. Which one's my word?
Health.
Grammatically? Healthy? Maybe that's why it didn't work last year.
Because you said health instead of healthy.
I want to be healthy.
You want to be healthy.
Yes.
And so picking a word does keep you focused.
Well, and also, you can pick a word for yourself, but you can pick a word for your marriage.
As a couple.
Right. And we really haven't even thought about that.
We haven't even thought about that. We just did our own and then didn't decide what to do together.
How about?
Because I'm going to be productive and you're going to be healthy.
And if we're productive and healthy, then we'll be banging all the time.
We're not saying that as our word. No, that's not our word. We'll let you know what our word is.
No, we need to pick one right now.
Well, we can't have dead air while we sit here and think. So let's just...
We don't have to think. What would be good for us?
Productive and health. How about...
Visionary.
I was thinking laughter.
Okay. Well, that comes easy. That's always our word.
So something that doesn't come easy is what you have to make as your word?
No. Something you want to change.
Or something you want to be. That's why I said laughter.
You know what? We were just talking about this morning. Last year on the marriage cruise, you think?
Perfect.
That's our perfect word. Last year on the marriage cruise, David and Terry Sumlin challenged couples to kiss more. Not to, be anything more than a kiss, but just to kiss more. And Laura and I...
they kind of talked about the fact that we all have Fitbits. We have these things that keep track of our steps every day on our watches or our Fitbits, whatever it might be. But we should have a kiss bit.
Right.
We should have a kiss bit where we keep track of our kisses.
And so we committed to that. Well, one of the other guests on the cruise was incredibly sick the whole cruise. And we happened to eat dinner with her a few times. And we got off the cruise, and I'm telling you what, we were flat on our back for 2 weeks. And so we did not do any kissing because it's hard to cut when you can't hardly talk. You've got so much snot in your head. So I think kissing should be our word for this.
Kissing will be our word for 2019.
How fun is that?
Productivity for me.
Healthy
for you.
And kissing for us. Well, let's start right now.
Mwah.
There we go.
So here's the reason why a word and not a resolution. Number one, it's going to keep you focused. Number two, it's going to keep you motivated. And number three, it's going to keep you accountable. And here's kind of how I'll just share what I've done so that we can be productive in our writing. I went into my Google Calendar and I made a calendar that said productivity calendar. And I've gone and written on every day that we're not on the road, and on a day, because we take a week, we're on the road 4 of those days. We have to have 1 day off. So 2 other days I wrote down what we need to work on. Here on this day, I need to work on Making the Most of a Messy Marriage, which is our new book coming out hopefully in May. And then here I need to work on writing podcasts, or on this day I need to work on writing radio shows, or on this I need to work on a new women's book, whatever it might be. But I went through the whole first half of the year and calendared out everything I need to do. So when I sit and look at my calendar in the morning after I've cleaned out my email, I go, oh, here's what I have to do today. And that's all I have to think about. It keeps me focused on that one writing activity. it motivates me because I know I'm not going to have to think 20 million things. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? No, I've already written down, here's today, here's what I'm going to do. And it keeps me accountable. I got to do this. I need to do it. This is what I need to do today. I don't need to go clean out the pantry. I don't need to go do laundry. Here's what I need to do today when it comes to writing. So it will keep me focused. It'll keep me motivated. It'll keep me accountable.
And the other thing we would encourage you to do is to create some sort of reminder, whether it's a card or something that you write in lipstick on the mirror, or something that will.
You can get pens at Walmart or whatever.
Right, a constant reminder of it. Put it on your desk, put it on your fridge, put it places where you will be reminded of your word for the year, and it'll be kind of almost a conversation starter if you've got that on your fridge and you have company over. Well, what does this mean? Well, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and here's what I'm doing to make sure that happens. And so it does keep you focused, keeps you motivated, and it keeps you accountable. If you've got that word out where people can see it, where your kids can see it, where your spouse can see it, and they're going to be able to help keep you accountable to doing that.
And it would be really fun, not only as a husband and wife, to pick a word for the year, but have your kids pick a word. What is it that they want to be about in this next coming year? And then you can get a whiteboard and stick it on the side of your refrigerator. We have one there for grocery lists and things to do so we don't forget. But I have a chalkboard up in our office that I will go and write our words for 2019 on there so that we keep it focused, keep it motivated, and keep us accountable.
Well, coming up in segment 2, we're going to talk about resolutions, no. Goals, yes.
Hey everyone, this is Paul Thomas, Director of Live Events here at Celebrate Ministries. It's the start of a new year, and we want to make 2019 the best year ever for you and your spouse. We've got some events for you to make that happen. Our Celebrate Your Marriage conferences at Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island that take place in May or October will help you and your spouse take some intentional time away for each other to focus on your relationship at one of the most romantic locations in North America. Come enjoy great speakers, great food, and an experience that will impact your marriage, and that takes place this spring or this fall. Now, our marriage cruise to Alaska in July will give you and your spouse a chance to focus on each other while crossing off one of those bucket list items. You can spend 7 days sailing in the Pacific Northwest while hearing from Jay and Laura and other great marriage speakers. We've also got a great conference at Grand Hotel called Memories on Mackinac, and that celebrates the special relationship between mothers and daughters, and that takes place in June. To find out more about these events, to buy tickets, you can check out our show notes or visit jayandlaura.com. Jay and Laura will be back on the road this winter as the Ultimate Date Night He Said, She Said tour kicks off. They'll be in Ludington, Michigan, Yuma, Arizona, and Sacramento, California in January, and there's a full slate of shows on the schedule for February. You can get tickets to an event near you. You can see Jay and Laura's full schedule by visiting jayandlaura.com. Now, if you're looking to grow deeper in your relationship with your spouse, why not take advantage of our free gift to you? Visit jayandlaura.com and sign up to receive a free video series called Living the Married Life to give just a little life to your marriage. We want to see you and your spouse experience an extraordinary marriage in 2019, and this free 4-week series is our gift to you as you get the new year started. Now, let's get back to Jay and Laura.
Resolutions, no. Goals, yes. That's what we're talking about today on our podcast. And hopefully you will take your thinking and your brain and think about a word for yourself for 2019.
Take your thinking in your brain.
Think about a word for yourself for 2019. Think about a word as a couple and encourage your kids to also think of a word for 2019 that what do you want to be about? What's going to keep you focused? It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you accountable. So we really encourage you to pick a word, not make resolutions, because resolutions don't work, but goals do. Jay and I have picked a word for our 2019. Mine is productivity and yours is
health.
And together we are kissing.
Woohoo! So, because it's marriage, woohoo! But what we want to do is train you a little bit in the type of goals that you should set. It's been out there for years, and we're using it ourselves. But it's called SMART goals, SMART, SMART goals, which stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So in other words, the goals that you set for yourself need to fall into all of these categories.
Well, why don't you share with them how you did? I mean, your word for 2019 is healthy in all areas, but you have a specific goal you would like to accomplish in the first 12 weeks of 2019.
Right, and the way that we do our SMART goals is we do them for 12 weeks. And then in the 13th week, we celebrate how well we did on those goals, and then we set the goals for the next 12 weeks. And if you do that 4 times in the year, 13 times 4 equals 52 weeks.
Well, and it also, sometimes people set, January 1st, my goal for 2019 is I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, to do that over an entire 365 days, that just sounds ominous. It sounds like we'll never be able to accomplish it.
Right.
And so the 12-week chunks really keeps you, again, like the word does, focused, motivated, and accountable. And it gives you those smaller chunks where you can go, you know what? I actually was able to lose however many pounds or get 15 chapters of my new book written or whatever it might be, but it gives you those chunks that are easy to obtain.
So I'm going to do one of my health goals, and Laura's going to do one of her goals too.
No, well, you were just doing yours.
What? You want me to put myself out there, but you don't want to put yourself out there, right? I see how it
I'm
is.
being productive in writing and health, so my health goal is the same as at least the one you're going to share. Go ahead.
Your health goal is the same as mine?
Yeah, for the first quarter.
Oh, okay. Did you write it down?
Yeah.
You did.
We wrote it down together. You dictated and I
yes,
typed.
we did.
Hello, that's
right.
how it works.
Yes, I dictate, you type.
Exactly.
So our SMART goal, one of our SMART goals, we have a number of them, but one of our SMART goals for the first 12 weeks of this year is to lose 10 pounds each. Now, first of all, it's specific. 10 pounds. Can't get any more specific than we want to lose 10 pounds in 12 weeks. It is measurable. We get on the scale, and we got on the scale on the 2nd of January, and we're going to get on the scale at the end of these 12 weeks, and we are going to measure our success. Now, we will probably measure along the way as we're feeling good, or when we're getting off of our cruise, which we're going on next week, which means we should probably weigh after that. Mm-hmm. But it's measurable. It is achievable.
It is possible for us to lose 10 pounds in 12 weeks.
And it is relevant. We've got to stay healthy, and carrying too much weight is not healthy. And then finally, it's time-bound. We've put this little time limit on it. And some of you might say, well, how are you going to go about doing it? The way we're going to go about doing it is we have this little app on our phone called Lose It, and it tracks all of our activity and all of our food intake. And so if we go to, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, well, we put peanut butter and jelly sandwich
calories into our app.
Which we won't be doing peanut butter and jelly, but that's just what came to mind. If you make yourself a can of soup, then you know how many calories are in the can of soup, and the Lose It app puts it in there for you, and you've got a certain number. You tell it your weight, your goal weight, and how long you're going to do it, and it gives you a plan. And then we do some fun things like exercise, which gives us a few more calories.
Exercise is fun.
I think so.
Sometimes it can be.
Most days
Most
it's fun.
days it can be.
Yeah.
Another way we are using this SMART goal in my word is productivity. I want to be productive in my health, and so I have the same goals that Jay does for losing weight. But then the other productive way I want to be productive in 2019 is writing. I want to be able to make sure that we are right. I am writing as much as we need to. I need to. And so one of the goals is to have our new book finished by March 30th and 31st.
April 15th.
And so, it has to be produced by April 15th so that it's available in May. So, but my goal,
Gotcha.
I wrote my goal.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, I wrote it to be done by March 31st. So I went into my productivity calendar that I talked about in the first half of this podcast, and I figured out how many days we needed to write to make that happen. And I wrote that on the productivity calendar. Right here on January 7th, we're going to work on making the most of a messy marriage, and on January 9th, I'm going to write podcasts, but on January 12th, I'm going to write making the most of a messy marriage. So I just put that in there. So again, every day when I go in and look at my calendar and what needs to be done, I see what I'm writing today, and that will, is that specific? Yes, it has to, I'm going to write. Is it measurable? Yes, the book will be finished. Is it achievable? Yes, based on what I've calendared out. Is it relevant?
If we write more than 3 words a day.
Yeah. Is it relevant? Yes. It's relevant because we really are about helping married couples stay happily married for life, helping busy couples stay happily married for life. So this book is very relevant. Is it time bound? Yep. It's got to be done and finished and to the publisher by April 15th. So
now, I don't know about your job because I don't do your job, but in our job, if we're traveling 4 days of the week to do shows, which is fairly typical, then like Laura said, we take a day off. That leaves us 2 days to be productive. And in our work, if we're not specific then those 2 days turn into very unproductive, and we do busy work rather than real work and work that accomplishes something to an end. And that's one of the reasons these SMART goals are so effective, is that it helps you stay, again, on task and moving forward instead of just aimlessly floating around doing this
So
and
if
that.
you have any questions about making a word for your year or making SMART goals and how that works, you can email us at podcast at jandlaura.com.
That's what this is, honey. This is a podcast.
At jandlaura.com, and we will be happy to answer those questions and help you through the process. We really hope that you will come up with a word for 2019 that will keep you focused and motivated and accountable, and then that you will take some of the, when it comes to my word productivity, what do I want to be productive in, and then make some goals based on that. So we really hope that 2019 finds you focused and finds you motivated and finds you accountable.
Well, we are Jay and Laura LaFoon. We appreciate you joining us today, friends. And you can find us on a number of different platforms. But when you do find us, subscribe to the podcast, rate us if you would, and then tell your friends about us, because we're here to help busy couples stay happily married for life.